Less than 30 miles.
So we need gas.
Yeah.
We only have Dunkin' Donut cards. What are we going to do? Chevy Equinox, 2-litre turbo, nice leather interior,
Yeah.
It feels comfortable, and I believe, I've not put it on, but I believe it's heated steering wheel and seats.
Oh, let me test that out.
So yeah, have a try, Andrew, there. What was it like growing up in Baldwinsville?
It was good. You got every season, which is awesome. It was a mixture of a town between like a farm town and like just on the edge of the city of Syracuse. So you had like the suburbs and everything, but there's also, I had some friends who like lived out on farms.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
That's where we'd go like dirt biking.
Cheers. Thank you.
Dirt biking and snowmobiling and stuff, which was fun. But my family, we lived in like a little neighborhood, so we didn't have any of those fun toys, but so it was good.
Like just a normal suburban kind of setup. Did everyone start playing soccer in the streets, or did you play? I'm sure you played a lot of other sports, didn't you?
There was a mixture. It was a mixture of sports actually. We, we'd have, depending on what was in season, like, at early spring we'd get the basketball hoop up because it's March Madness and doing all that stuff. So we'd be playing, 21 in the street. I used to play lacrosse. We would, one of our friends had a goal, bring the goal out and play, and then football, soccer, really whatever. I was always outside. I was always doing something. So I was an accounting major. So big math guy.
Did you like math when you were young, like?
I wasn't. It's not that I liked it. It was more that I was just pretty good at it. I was pretty good at math and science. Even though my dad was an English teacher, I was not a very good writer and didn't like to read that much. Now I've become more of a reader.
Now, when you were there, Alex Bono was there as well, right?
Yeah, so he was a year younger than me in high school.
Right.
And then we played in the development academy together, and he actually, ended up coming to Syracuse then the next year, which, in the moment, I was a little bit like, we were competitors, and, it stunk because only one goalkeeper gets to play.
Yeah,
and
that's the tough part about goalkeeping.
And that's the tough part, but at the end of the day, looking back on it now, we pushed each other so much, and I don't think I would be where I am right now if he didn't attend Syracuse. I don't think, and I think, he feels the same way. We got the best out of each other.
Do you still stay in touch with him?
Yeah. He was around this past winter. We trained for a bit. He's obviously busy with his MLS season, but in the off season, when he comes home to visit family, he usually hits us all up to, hang out or, go grab a drink. If he can in town, he'll come and he'll try to come to a game. He hasn't been to a Utica game. He was upset, but he does say that on all of his away trips, he has the games up on YouTube.
So what are your other loves outside of soccer?
I'm a terrible singer, but I do love music. I'm listening to music almost all the time, and it's a lot of everything.
What was the first album you ever bought?
First album I ever actually bought, like legally, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Legally. All right, let me rephrase the question.
Yeah.
Like, who was someone you saw when you were young and you're like, oh my God, I love that?
Honestly, it was Wiz Khalifa. I went to a concert in high school, and it was Big Sean, Wiz Khalifa, and I forget the third act. It was like a techno. It might have been Girl Talk or something like that. I don't even know. We would just listen to him for like our high school warm-up tapes and everything like that. So he was the first guy I saw in concert that I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome, and I enjoyed it. It stinks. I actually haven't been to too many concerts just because I'm always playing or always traveling, doing something. I was a big fan of the show Wipeout.
Right.
And I honestly think I'm athletic enough that I could have some success at it. And I think it would be fun too. I love, as a goalkeeper, I dive around, I hit the ground, I do a bunch of crazy stuff. But Wipeout's a show that would be fun for me because they have the giant balls you got to bounce on and different obstacles. So that would definitely be one.
We have got to get you on that show.
Yeah, I know.
Representing Utica. How great would that be?
That would be awesome.
looking at where you've come from, like when you were like 13 years of age.
Yeah.
If you could go back in a time machine to yourself at 13, what advice would you give yourself? And is there anything that you would have changed?
Back at 13. Kind of a self-reminder that, hey, there's always somebody out there that's working harder, that's training longer, that's doing everything better than you at the current moment. So can you make sure you're doing everything you do with a purpose. Don't just go out to train. I've become more appreciative of the 10,000 hours rule of being able to master something with 10,000 hours, but it's 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. It's not just 10,000 hours of going out and trying to do scissors and how many wraparounds can you do as you're juggling the ball. So probably just that, like, you know, focus on the smaller details and hone in on those.
Yeah.
Because I think that had I done that at a younger age, I mean, it's worked out pretty well for me so far, but you know, even still, you don't know what could have happened. So, and that's one thing I will say, and I can't thank them enough, is my parents never like pressured me to do one thing or to be, you know, you have to do this, you have to do that. They said, my dad loves baseball. He's a huge New York Yankees fan, and I played modified baseball. I liked it because it was something me and him could do, but then I was terrible at baseball. I was awful. So I quit and I picked up lacrosse, and he didn't care. He's like, this is cool. This is a fun sport. We get to go watch you do something that you enjoy to do. And so I do have to thank them for allowing me to kind of figure it out myself and not kind of pigeonholing me into doing what they wanted me to do.